Miss BBB herself, Julia, in the house. Hey, girl.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk to her today about her projects that she's working on, her brand, and where she is skyrocketing for the rest of 2020. So, Miss Jules, take it away. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Yes, I am Jules, but now going officially as Miss Black, Bold, and Beautiful, Miss BBB for short. I'm a creator. I keep telling everyone that if you want to ask me who I am, what I do, besides being an educator, a writer, an advocate for self-care, I'm a creative first. I recently am diving back into my career of entertainment on implementing my brand, Black, Bold, and Beautiful.
That's so awesome. All right, so I want to focus on more of the Black, Bold, and Beautiful aspect right now. And I just wanted to ask you a little bit about what your inspiration was behind it and how this brand came to fruition.
Okay, so let me tell people what exactly Black, Bold, and Beautiful is first. So it's a brand that encourages and advocates for finding truth and understanding your purpose through implementing self-care strategies. And you take them strategies and I implement them through digital and media content. And I got that inspiration because I had to figure out who I am, figure out what my purpose was, because at some point in time, I was lost and I'm now just coming back into my own light. So with everything that I've been through, it's just like, when am I here? What's my purpose? Because at one point, I didn't even want to be here anymore. I felt like I didn't even have anything going for me. I couldn't offer nothing to anyone else. And I was just questioning not only myself, but I was questioning God.
That's incredible. So would you say that God was a big inspiration or the number one inspiration for you to get started on this? Or
God is the overall inspiration to get started. I am a Christian. I've grown up in the church, a child of God. But like any real Christian, because everyone will say, and I'm only saying the word real Christian because Christians lose their ways. A child of God loses their way at one point. And that's what I was going through. I was losing my way. And not that I was losing my way as I was turning my back on God, because he was always there for me. He was never turning his back on me. I knew exactly where he is, how I can call on him, knowing that I can pray every day. But I was losing my way, and I couldn't even believe, because so much trial and turmoil was happening to me. And as that child of God, I kept questioning how I valued you. I followed your instruction. I never, we sin. We all sin. But I've never really done anything wrong. I study your word. Like, how can a child of God be going through this much shit? I'm sorry. Can I curse on here?
Of course you can, girl. Let me just tell you, you're the only one that knows about it right now, except for my best friend. I actually have like a little blooper reel I'm going of every time I swear in an interview, and I'm just putting it all together. So eventually, when I gain enough content, which would probably be in the next couple of days, realistically,
you want to put that blooper out there? Awesome. Yeah, so great to know that I didn't mess this in.
No, so I was like,
but no, I really had to keep asking myself, like, how could a person who knew who they were at some point in life go through so much, and then how could I lose my purpose? So then on that, I had to be like, well, being that this believer of God and what he has offered me and given me, let's think about it. What is that? God has allowed me to be a dancer. God has allowed me to be a singer. God has allowed me to be an educator. God has allowed me to advocate. God has allowed me to be, as we was talking about, social, caring, a friend. And I had to now take all those aspects and put it into one. What is my purpose? And in finding my purpose, I had to understand that, I am someone that does like caring for the others and so much. And being that I like caring for others and so much, I gotta now know how to care for myself. And that's how that is how that developed.
That's incredible. I love to hear the story. I mean, we've been on this Zoom chat for 2 hours now. So for the people that are just catching wind right now, but we've really been talking about a lot of the inspirations and making sure that self-care is of the utmost importance, because we are always the givers, never the takers. So having this type of kind of like epiphany to be like, okay, I need to get back to myself because I've been lost. And what can I do to bring my talent to the table, not only to help myself, but then go and help others? Because I think
exactly. And we do so many things in life to help us find our purpose. Like I said, I never thought I would be a teacher, but that was something that helped me figure out who I am. I always, like I said, I always know I want to be an entertainer. I'm going to be in the entertainment business. You're going to be entertainment. But we go through so many different stages to help us find who we are. I just wanted to bring a platform to help do that. And of course, I had to do that through digital media content because what's the best way? I don't want to keep reading stuff all the time, right?
Right.
No, no one wants their audience to keep reading stuff all the time.
No, and I think that what you're doing is posting, just a quick blurb of being like, hey, what are you going to do today? This is step number 1. Next day is step number 2. You're breaking it down for people that are looking for that guidance in a very achievable way. And I think it's not only to keep yourself on task from posting this, but also practicing what you preach and also holding these people accountable and really giving that support that you need. And I think it's a good structure to have. So all of us, like you said, have been lost at some point or always have felt that way. So getting that type of structure implemented in your life, we're on our phones so much that why not do it in a digital level?
Right. And I think a lot of people, because at least what a lot of people say to me when they think about self-care, they're more so on that grooming aspect, like skincare, hair care, what you're putting into your bodies. I'm more so on the whole entire aspect because I'm eventually going to get there talking about our skin and talk about how you're caring for yourself. But like I said, right now, we have to understand our minds and we have to understand who we are. And we can't get that. We can't fuel our bodies in no other way until we understand that.
Absolutely. I was going to say, and then if you can also in one episode of yours, drop your skincare routine, because that is also important. Look at your flawless skin today on this camera. So it's like, first
did y'all see my Instagram post where I had to tell y'all just about it? I was like, I got 2 important things to tell y'all today. Yes. And one of them was about this face beat.
Yes, I saw that earlier and I was like, yes, girl, sitting in your beautiful car. We were talking about that earlier. She has such an amazing car interior. So I hope you guys follow her just so you can see the car.
I do a lot of my postings in my car. So yes, y'all will see that. I do a lot of my postings in my car.
Good, but I'm like, look at your skin, girl. So I was like, drop that skincare routine in one episode because I was like, we need to know a little bit more about.
I'll definitely be doing that. I think a lot of people will get from me is that I'm just going to show you everything as I'm going along and trying to find my own guidance, because that's all it is a guidance that I wish that I would have had at a younger age that I now know I need as an adult.
And it's amazing. And I think that the resources that are available right now are so different than when we were growing up. And I'm just even going to use Deja, who's in our course right now, as an example of this, but she literally just graduated college and she's already working in a radio station, and she has the benefit of having the tools to learn about these jobs and to have these opportunities where, I'm 12 years older than her, 13 years older than her. And I'm like, I didn't have these experiences and opportunities when I was growing up. Social media never existed when I was growing up. Even graduating college, I didn't have half of what is out there today. So I think with that being said, we have such a heightened awareness of social media and how we can make a direct impact and have that direct engagement with people. I think that this is really your time that you're going to be able to connect with people, if not only for yourself and wished you had it when you were younger, all of your younger, viewers or followers or anything that will have that opportunity to see that guidance that they've been looking for this whole time.
Right. And as you said, that phrase, having what we didn't have when we were younger, I've had the 2 takeaways I got on that was from not only like the technology and the resources aspect, but like going into what I'm trying to implement with my brand is having what you didn't have when you was younger from when you're older. And that is breaking these generational curses. We have to figure out that how we are maneuvering and getting to where we are in life is what it is that we don't have and what it is that we do already have in life. And that is the generational curses that we are going through.
Absolutely. So, and first of all, I do have to shout out Deja. Thank you for letting me use you as an example, but also, being able to see what a talented, motivated individual she is, and also seeing you at a later stage of life and in this game that, you know, where you didn't have those opportunities. And not to say that you're much older than her, but you do have a few extra years of not having that support, not having that guidance, and you
definitely understand exactly what you're saying. Yep.
Coming into your own right now. And I think it's absolutely extraordinary that it's never too late to do what you want to do. And
never. As we see all these different public figures out here spreading their inspirations, we definitely have to understand, like they have said, it is nothing about time. It is nothing about age. You just got to go for it. And when it happens for you.
I 100% agree with you. So I want to delve in a little bit about your background and kind of what got you to this place. So as you mentioned earlier, you are a teacher. You're
right.
also a photographer and a writer. So you have a lot of creative direction behind you. So what are you taking away from your hobbies, your passions, your occupation, however you want to determine those things? How are you bringing that to the BBB brand?
Okay, so how am I taking this away? Well, this is a really good question. So again, I dived all of this in from being younger in college, you know, also being a hobby at a young age, and now bringing it to my adulthood. So what I've done is I'm now putting shows together to implement these strategies in different types of content. So I have the Grown Up Chronicles series. It's a 2-part series, which is going to be like a guidance where I'm sitting down with experts like yourself, and we're going through interviews.
I'm an expert. Thank you.
You will be experts by the end of this course.
Yes, that's so true.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So I sit down, we have interviews, and we're just sharing like different tips and advice for people to overcome some of the things of self-care, and especially in quarantine. And the second part of that is just me giving a comic aspect and throwing some episodes out there. It'll be on my YouTube channel, Black, Bold, and Beautiful, dropping at the end of this month. But it's just like I said, a little comic view from that guidance. And that's all under my Grown Up Chronicles series. So that's how I'm bringing the BBB brand in. I'm also tapping in on podcasts on Living in My Truth. And I feel that will give my community and audience more of the personal side for me. And as I've been telling people, it's not necessarily me trying to have my side of the story heard from whatever scenario or situation that I've been through. It's me more so understanding what I've been through, how it has shaped me, and where is it leading me. And I feel like a lot of people need to tell their story so that way they can understand how they are building their empires and their legacy. And that can be from anybody, you, me, you know, Damage, people, you know, small brands, big brands. I just want to hear people's stories.
And I think that's so powerful because, again, like I mentioned the word relatable. You're not trying to portray some image of, I've always had my shit together since day one, and now I'm just bringing it out to the world. You're taking this journey with these same people that are following you, and you're learning and discovering yourself, your brand, what you believe in, everything at the same time that you're bringing this content out. So I think that's amazing because you have so many talents behind you that now you're able to really bring all of it full circle. Because
right, and now like really recognize the full potential and everything. Now here's the best part of what I'm implementing, and this is something that I had to like, you know, gear it back around because I have stopped, you know, this project for quite some time, but this is sort of the takeaway of self-care, because as much as we all want to, you know, take care of ourselves, sometimes we need to step out of our own light and just troll the lives of others. I mean, some people say minding your own business is the best thing for you, but sometimes minding other people's business is also a good thing for you.
Yes, and it could be like a physical business, not like,
right,
tell me all your dirty laundry.
Exactly,
yes.
And it don't even mean, it's just a quick little, you know, quick little troll, quick little, like, you know, being those like, at least that's me. At least that gives me a little bit of peace. That makes me feel good, especially within this entertainment industry. And I look at it as they already putting themselves out there, so I might as well troll it. I might as well talk about it and everything. And I might as well put my opinion in and have a takeaway.
Well, they're putting it out there for a reason.
Exactly.
And they want people to look at it, engage with it, do whatever they want with it, good, bad, or indifferent. So if it's out there for everyone to enjoy, why not take advantage of it?
Why not take advantage of it? And as much as people say, oh, I don't know why people in the entertainment industry got this going on or why they want themselves talk about, I look at it as, why not?
Right.
Why don't you want to talk about them? I'd rather talk about them than somebody talk about me.
Right.
at least for a second, like let's go ahead and talk about them. And then I'll look at it as if, what is it hurting you?
Right.
It's not taking away from anything that you got. You don't know them personally.
Right.
And even if you did know them personally, you still gotta look at it as that's their lives, that's their decision. And they're doing that, like we just said, for a reason.
Yes. Right.
To monetize off of what they got going on.
Right. And
a lot of people don't understand that.
No, not at all. And you can get as personal or as private as you want to be, especially on digital platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it may be. But that's the thing. If you're willing to give a part of yourself to somebody, I mean, it's up to the viewer on how they want to perceive it. Like, oh, they're all in their business and this should be kept private. But I think a lot of the celebrities that go through stuff like this, like you can mention, you know, a celebrity dealing with infertility or a celebrity dealing with a cheating scandal or.
Right. And that's why I say trolling, because that's the word, the new word apparently used today, is a good self-care technique.
It is.
I really think it's a good self-care technique. I definitely always say, mind the business that pays you. But go ahead and mind somebody else's for a couple of hours. Absolutely. You'll be all right.
Yes.
So that leads me to Wine Wednesdays. I want to take that self-care technique, and it's a midday, you know, relax, rewind, unwind, chill, like wherever you are, no matter the location. If you got a second to just unwind, to have a little chat, talk about whatever it is you need to talk about. If you can sip wine, sip wine. If you can sip on a harder drink, do that. But it's basically middle of the week, unwind, let's talk about whatever it is to talk about, and our focus will be on the people that already wants to focus on them, those in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. And I think it's great having that wind down in the middle of the week, because a lot of my friends that work them Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 gig, which I don't do that, but all they're always looking for is, I can't wait until 5 o'clock on Friday. And I can't wait to
Friday.
And
I kept hearing teachers say that all the time. I'd be like, why Friday? Why that Friday? Like, and I'm not trying to pry into your lives or what's else going on, but you got to give yourself that time. Same thing, like a lot of my friends who are parents, my one girlfriend all the time, and I love her kids to death, and she loves her kids to death, but she will complain about making that personal me time. Oh, well, I can't do. I said, well, first of all, to me, and I'm not even a parent, but I firmly believe my family not okay if I'm not okay. I gotta be okay 100% first. I don't care what's going on. I don't care how many kids I got. I don't care what they got going on. I don't care what my husband got going on. I need to be okay first.
Yes.
Because won't nothing get done if I'm not okay.
If you're not in the right space, how can you be the best parent and best partner to somebody if you don't have?
That's why I tell people all the time. I said you have to take care of you first. So you need your unwind should be any day of the week.
Right. So if that means tuning into Wine Wednesdays to have that wind down, if it means taking 20 minutes to troll people on Instagram, take that time. Like,
right. And so listen, you can troll with me starting next Wednesday. Okay?
Yes.
Next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Y'all can troll with me, and we'll just talk about it.
That's amazing.
We'll just laugh at somebody else, and it takes a minute from your break. And then after our hour, you can go back and do whatever you had to do.
Yes. No, I love this. I'm totally down for it. So I'll be tuning in on Wednesday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
No, seriously, I had to tell people I can't focus on me all the time. Focusing on like you, and people will say that's the focus. Focus is me. You know them affirmations. After a while, focus on you is going to drive you crazy.
Yes. because you're going to be in your head too much and overthinking every move, everything that you say, because you're forever conscious about what you're doing, the perception of other people that you're giving out. And that's all well and good to be aware of how people are perceiving you, because if you're
especially for us as adults, because everybody as an adult has so many different things going on.
Yes.
And we also have so many things in common going on.
Yes. And that's what I was saying, like for a cheating scandal or infertility or just needing to have that mommy time, you know, not being a mommy and taking that me time, I think is so imperative for people's mental health and their well-being to just relax for a bit.
Because I look at it as, let's talk about these entertainers and their bills, because their bills ain't the same as my bills, but they try to act like their bills is the same as my bills. But you want to talk about it? Because I don't think they really want us to talk about. You get me?
Yes,
like
absolutely.
all of it ties into each other.
That water bill for that water fountain at so-and-so celebrity's house, okay, their quarterly waterly bill does not match up with the water bills that we get, you know?
Right. And I only got the idea more because as we started seeing celebrities and public figures in their quarantine life, I was thinking their quarantine life is not like my quarantine life. No. It's still good to me.
Yeah.
They good.
They have a pool, they have multiple rooms, they have a built-in movie theater, maybe even a golf course. Their level of quarantine is not like many people. And we were talking about this a little bit before, of you being in a more concentrated area, being in a city right now, and not really having that opportunity to have the outdoor space where you can just totally separate and take a deep breath and be outside. There's always going to be somebody super close in proximity to you. That's not the case for most of these celebrities or the 1%ers or whoever we want to talk about that have multiple homes that can go to those more isolated places and be completely separated or have family.
And what I do say, for those who are wondering, now that we're talking about this, what is that escape route for me in my self-care routine?
Tell me.
Besides that. Besides that, you know, I don't care what no one says. Teachers do it. Everyone does it. It's a great stress reliever if you're not abusing it. Yeah. But no, I like to go for a walk. I at least try to do that early in the morning, or I try to sit on the porch late at night and I look at the moon. Like, that's a great self-care technique for me.
Absolutely. And it's something so simple and it's free. It's nature doing its job and being so amazing. And again, you have the ability to be able to walk and go outside, or you can sit on your porch and literally just observe nature. And just to have those few moments of peace and quiet to do that are so invaluable. It doesn't matter if you just bought that Korean skincare treatment, or if you just got a spa treatment at one of the most prestigious places in Philly. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Or wherever you happen to be living, it doesn't matter. Sometimes the best things in life are free. And I hate to sound so cliche on that, but
no, seriously.
It really truly is. You know,
like I said, between whether you're taking a 30-minute shower, you can find so much therapeutic things in so many different ways.
I totally agree.
You can bring, like I said, and for what I'm going to do, I'm a teach y'all. I'm gonna bring it to the entertainment forefront. We want to rock it out on the airways, on the radio, through these podcasts, and through these YouTube channels.
I'm loving this. And I was going to ask, and we'll talk about that in a second, because I do have we already talked about it, but one more question. But what do you want to do with all these talents? So you just talked about being on all these platforms and having your shows, but what are you going to do with it?
All right. What's your goal? Most people don't do this, but shout out to our great mentor who got us thinking a little bit. I had to map out my 5-year plan. So with this brand and with all these different outlets, I know for a fact I want to, move to a more known network. So I want I would love for the Grown Up Chronicles to get picked up, or for someone to see, you know what, she's talking about something, we can move her into like a TV hosting position where she's still advocating. I would love for my podcast to go on a live tour to different cities, and we're picking up other people, and we're just talking about our journeys and how we got to where we need to be. And like I said, and no matter what's going on with all these different productions, it will all fall back into self-care and how I'm building up myself and handling myself and teaching people how to handle and build up themselves.
And I'm absolutely loving this. So you have a really clear, concise 5-year plan, but also giving yourself that wiggle room to know, honestly, that you have so much growth within those 5 years, because you're not expecting that you're going to be mastering your craft and your talents, and then 5 years you tap out. You're literally learning and growing as you're doing all of this, which I think is extraordinary. Because,
like I said, I'm not sitting here just waiting for people to edit my videos for me or to chop down my audio. I'm learning it as I'm finding those people, because I am going to have the money to make sure that those luxury expenses are paid. I told people that. I said, no matter how much I'm learning things myself, I am going to make sure where I'm secure and I don't have that middleman. But knowing it yourself is very, 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 very important. I have, during this time of quarantine, if other people haven't caught it, tapped into those deals, like Adobe had all the software for $34. Photoshop has something going on for free right now. Nikon has some, just using those little skills to stay up apart on all the knowledge that I need to know.
So I will say this, in 5 years, I hope to be able to interview you again. And I'm going to say, we started at the bottom, now we're here. So we're putting this out, okay? This is what, May 11th, okay? I'm going to see you May 11th, 2025, and we're going to say that same thing. So yeah, you'll probably—
Red carpet?
Huh?
Red carpet?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right, red carpet.
Let me start planning my outfit right now, girl. I'm like, but I will say that I 100% believe in you and know that you will get there, because you're super determined, you're super talented, but you're also realistic. So I know that you're not going to try to push yourself too hard to the point where you don't enjoy this anymore, because this is a lifelong commitment of what you're doing.
I like that word right there. Enjoying it. That's what it is. Having to enjoy the moment.
Yes. And I think that for whatever content you're putting out, which if it's Grown Up Chronicles, if it is the Wine Wednesdays, whatever you're doing to enjoy it, not because you feel obligated to being, stuck to producing something and just putting something out every Wednesday and not having your heart in it. So I think you tapping back into your creative spirit is what's going to get you to succeed. So in 5 years, when you do have people editing your videos and cutting out the audio and you are on the red carpet and I'm like, hey, Jules, Miss BBB, we started at the top, now we're here. So, start at the bottom. I'm messing up my own lyrics, well, Drake's lyrics. But, when we get to that level, I think the most successful people are the ones that learn from the bottom. You can't be in upper management and coming in having no experience of what the people in an IT department or whatever department or wherever you work, that you cannot relate to them or have any experience. You need to do it yourself, because if you're going to tell other people how to do it, you need to know how to do it yourself. You're delegating all of these tasks. And I was actually just talking to somebody earlier about this, but she's like, you need to, what was she saying? What was the first word? But she's like, you need to delegate, you need to communicate, it was all these 8 words. I'm totally forgetting what the first one was, but I'm like, no, that's 100% true. You need to delegate, but you also need to communicate what you're expecting from them, because they could screw up your audio. They could screw up your thing. It could give out the wrong message. All of these different things. You need to have it be the way that you want it to be presented. And who better to do that but than you,
Right.
So you're going to have people in your corner. Don't worry about it, girl.
Thank you.
So, you're welcome. But since you're doing it yourself, I do want to wrap up and just ask where we can find you, because I want people to tune in and really follow your work. So where can people find you in this great worldwide web?
All right, guys. So Miss BBB is coming to all platforms for Black, Bold, and Beautiful. So first, let me drop my Instagram handles. You can follow me at _IMBBB_. That is my brand page. But to get the full effect on the girl, Miss BBB herself, you can follow me at _Miss MS.BBB_. So I'll say those two real quick. _MS.BB_ and then _IMBBB_. Those are the Instagram pages. And now Twitter is the same thing as Instagram, IMBBB_. And then Facebook, I am Black, Bold, Beautiful.
Wonderful. And then once you have the YouTube page on, people will be able to follow you through those
Definitely,
platforms
definitely.
as well.
That will still be under the Black Bold and Beautiful brand. It might have a little, twist to it, but I'll be making that announcement very soon, probably for the end of the week. So make sure you stay tuned in with your girl.
Yes, I'm loving it. I cannot wait to join you on Wednesday, and we're going to do some trolling together.
Yes,
but I'm also
do some trolling.
Yes, but I'm also really excited to follow your journey. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you for having me, and I cannot wait to tune in. I'm going to let everyone know to subscribe to your channel and to not only watch my interview, but all the interviews to come.
Excellent. I appreciate it. And I will do the same for you as well. So you are the best. Thank you.